Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a fascinating academic review about how intermittent fasting impacts our aging immune system. We always hear about fasting for weight loss, right? But honestly, the science goes way, way deeper. We're talking about fundamentally rewiring how our cells age and how our immune system responds to stress. By the year 2050, the World Health Organization estimates the global population over age 60 is going to double. We're looking at 2.1 billion people. Think about that for a second. That is an unprecedented demographic shift, making the quest for healthy aging and extending our physiological resilience an absolute global priority. So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover the twin enemies of aging, fasting as a metabolic switch, rejuvenating the brain, the oral-gut axis, and finally, the frailty catch. Part 1. The twin enemies of aging. To get to the solution, we've got to know what we're up against. There are basically two biological villains driving how our immune systems break down over time. First up, immunosenescence, which is just a fancy way of saying your immune system is getting exhausted. As we age, an organ called the thymus shrinks, and we lose the ability to pump out fresh, naive T cells. Instead, we just get a buildup of older memory cells. And the result? We have a much harder time fighting off novel threats or responding to vaccines.
The second villain is inflammaging. You can think of this one like a constant, simmering, low-grade biological fire inside the body. It's sterile inflammation, so there's no actual infection, but the body just keeps pumping out elevated inflammatory markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. And that simmering fire, it accelerates chronic disease, tissue damage, and overall functional decline.
All right, part 2, fasting, the metabolic switch. So, we know our enemies. Tired immune cells in chronic inflammation. Let's look at fasting as a counterattack. It's not just one monolithic diet. It's a whole landscape of time-based protocols. We've got daily time-restricted eating, alternate day fasting, and even periodic fasting that mimics a very low-calorie diet for days at a time. The protocols vary, sure, but it's the underlying biological trigger that we actually care about. And here is where it gets really interesting, the metabolic switch. See, as we get older, our immune cells kind of get stuck in a rut. They get trapped in this rigid glycolysis bias state, meaning they rely on burning readily available sugars, which actually drives up inflammation. Fasting forces the body to literally flip the switch. It stops burning sugar and starts burning fatty acids through ketogenesis, creating a super clean fuel called ketone bodies, specifically one called BHB.
Here's how that domino effect works. As you fast, your energy stores run out. That triggers lipolysis, releasing fatty acids that your liver transforms into those BHB ketones. And this shift activates nutrient-sensing pathways, like AMPK and SIRT1, which then trigger autophagy. Think of autophagy as deep cellular house cleaning. Your cells are literally recycling damaged proteins and taking out the garbage that causes aging.
Which brings us to part 3, rejuvenating the brain. Now, this deep clean isn't just happening in your liver or your immune cells. It has some massive, localized neuroprotective effects on an aging brain. That ketone body, BHB, it's basically a molecular superhero up there. It doesn't just provide clean energy. It acts as an epigenetic regulator. It stimulates BDNF, which boosts neuroplasticity, while actively suppressing the NLRP3 inflammasome. So it's literally shutting down the exact pro-inflammatory pathways that drive cognitive decline. It's amazing how intermittent fasting acts as a central hub for all of this. It boosts insulin sensitivity, cuts down on toxic lipids called ceramides, and pumps up that superhero BHB. All these mechanisms sync up to build this incredible shield against neuroinflammation and cognitive decline. It is a beautifully choreographed system. Part 4. The oral-gut axis. Speaking of interconnected systems, we absolutely have to talk about the microscopic highway connecting your mouth to your intestines, the oral-gut axis. Fasting isn't just for human cells. It completely reshapes our microbiome. By aligning when we eat with our natural circadian rhythms, fasting actually syncs up the microbial clocks in our gut. That boosts the good bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs, which are basically essential for cooling off systemic inflammation and keeping your intestinal barrier strong. And get this, fasting even impacts our genetics, specifically the FTO obesity gene. Studies looking at regimens like Ramadan fasting show it can literally dial down the expression of this gene, and by doing that, it cuts down dangerous visceral fat.
You know, that deep belly fat that acts like a factory, just pumping out those harmful inflammatory cytokines we talked about earlier.
Moving to part 5, the frailty catch. Okay, so all this cellular science, the gene regulation, the brain rejuvenation, it sounds like magic, right? But we need to urgently zoom out from the microscope and look at the clinical reality for our aging population. When we look at actual human data, it's a complicated picture. Yes, healthy adults trying time-restricted eating do see a reversal of immunosenescence. But when you look at alternate day fasting, some regimens actually trigger a really concerning loss of lean muscle mass. And that's the huge trade-off we have to wrestle with moving from theory to practice.
That brings us right to the unique risks for older, frailer populations. Older adults naturally have lower glycogen stores to begin with, and a much higher risk of sarcopenia, which is age-related muscle loss. So if you put a vulnerable senior on a strict fasting regimen, skipping meals might just accelerate muscle breakdown, trigger hypoglycemia, and actually make them dangerously more frail.
Which leads to the million-dollar question for this entire explainer. Is flipping this powerful metabolic switch actually safe for the frailest among us?
The stark reality is we don't really know yet. The balance is largely untested. All those incredible benefits, the deep cellular autophagy, the lowered inflammation that we see in healthy middle-aged mice and humans, they just don't automatically translate to an 80-year-old who is already running on drastically diminished physiological reserves.
So instead of jumping on intermittent fasting as some trendy blanket cure-all, we've really got to look at it through the lens of highly personalized medicine. For younger or generally healthy folks, it is a phenomenal tool, absolutely. But for aging populations, clinicians have to carefully weigh those cellular anti-inflammatory benefits against some very real, very physical risks of malnutrition and muscle loss. And that leaves us with a pretty provocative thought to wrap up on. As we keep unlocking the secrets of cellular resilience and figuring out exactly how to toggle that metabolic switch, how will the medical community adapt these incredible tools to safely protect our most vulnerable populations without causing harm? It's a massive puzzle, and researchers are racing to solve it.